Inspired minds, global connections. Not another meaningless aphorism, but the audience to which Yale Young Global Scholars is devoted, and the community that it works to create. As a recent YYGS alumna and a rising senior, I've been searching for ways to preserve the "and" that I experienced throughout the summer. Theoretical lectures and breakout applications, vast alumni networks and intimate family groups, academics and personal development. But the college admissions process is riddled with ors. Applicants are expected to pursue arts or sciences and embrace tradition or modernity. I became so accustomed to decision-making that I lost my sense of purpose. How would I make an impact without a holistic understanding of the world I inhabit? Well, as it turns out, I wasn't the first to reach this conclusion. If you're looking for a dream school, one that's diverse and engaging and has a very cute mascot, stay tuned. "And, not or" is Yale's motto. They look for students with a concern for something larger than themselves, and I noticed how frequently this characteristic recurred among the friends I made at YYGS. So I reached out to a current Yale student and program alumna to understand the impact that YYGS made on her application, and gather advice for rising seniors. Let me introduce you to Isa Alvarado, a Yale freshman from Miami and LPC graduate of 2019. For anyone unfamiliar with the fields of study, LPC is the Literature, Philosophy, and Culture program at YYGS, and it strives to educate young artists. Students participate in a series of seminars, lectures, group discussions, and simulations to foster creativity. Now, as a program ambassador, Isa takes time out of her very busy schedule to counsel prospective students. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, Isa. As an ambassador, I've heard you speak highly of many facets of YYGS, so I'd really like to know, what was the most impactful element of the program?
I think that the greatest takeaway I had from participating in YYGS was probably the extent to which the people around me, whether that was professors or program leaders or even other students, how much we came to challenge each other to come up with our own unique ideas about concepts that we probably took for granted in everyday life. So we went to lectures about, for example, the influence that maps could have on our political perceptions, or even classes about the relationship between the concept of modernity and the Western world, and just talking about these topics that I probably had assumed could only be taught one way, or I had just never really considered before. Being able to express my thoughts in such creative ways with other people that were really interested in hearing them was something that I translated not just to my academic life, where I started to have a lot more deep questions about the content that I was learning, but also just my everyday life and learning how to look at things in very different ways, as well as being able to have conversations about those things.
And how did that impact your application to Yale?
I think YYGS had an amazing impact on my application for Yale. For one, being on campus for this 2 weeks gave me the perfect glimpse of what I want my college experience to look like, and that consists of those amazing conversations I had with such invested professors and conversations with students from quite literally any part of the world. I mean, that diversity on campus was something that truly drew me in so much. And also just the freedom to explore a city as cool and interesting as New Haven. All of that combined with Yale's beautiful campus, as everyone probably already knows, but that became very clear to me as what I want the next 4 years of my life to look like. And I think that that is something I made very clear in my essays, and I expressed to the committee as well as I could what I could get out of Yale and what I could contribute to the community at the same time by doing that. But also, the program that I did in YYGS was focused on literature, philosophy, and culture, and everything we studied during that program I fell in love with. And I think YYGS was, for me, a turning point in realizing topics that I could possibly want to pursue in the future, and those areas of study I expanded upon a lot in my application, and I think YYGS played a huge role in that, so I'm very, very thankful.
Do you think that was solely attributable to the program leaders at YYGS or also the fellow students you got to meet?
100%, I would say it was probably the students that had the biggest influence on me as a student and as a person and how I came to experience YYGS. Not only because I spent the majority of my time on campus with them, but also because it was so eye-opening to be able to spend time with people that were so excited about these really interesting and sometimes obscure concepts. And I mean, the amount of growth that I got from having conversations, not just in like the breakout rooms, but outside of the classroom was incredible. And it was honestly just really fun to be with other people that came from so many different parts of the world. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I would not trade it for the world. I made incredible friendships and memories, and just the amount that I learned from the other students there is something that makes me really excited to spend the next 4 years at Yale.
So there you have it, Inspired Minds, Global Connections, the true impact of YYGS on every student who participated. Each one left wiser, more confident, and ready to start writing those Yale supplements. So as you work from YYGS to Yale, or maybe to YYGS in the first place, I leave you with the following question. What is an example of an and that you embrace? For more YYGS content, subscribe to the YouTube channel, ring the bell for notifications, and give us a thumbs up. Handsome Dan would really appreciate it. And check out my YouTube channel, Mandy's Musings, linked in the description box below. Until next time!